So Jim, this bridge that we've been looking at by Koizumi Kishio was done in 1928.
Right.
And it became the inaugural print for a series of over, in fact, 100 views of Tokyo that he continued to work on and produce right up until 1940. How did this happen? I mean, this is this tradition of 100 views of Tokyo and this exceptionally long period in which he's producing this.
Right.
Who's he producing it for?
100 views is a category or a conceit or a trope that has been used in Japan for centuries and centuries. 100 poems by 100 great poets, 100 views of this, 100 views of that. The 100 indicates a fullness of things, a prosperity, a greatness. It's a number to strive for. That's where the 100 comes from, and it sets parameters. Koizumi chooses to set this new modern capital of Tokyo within that older framework, 100 views. I'm going to give you 100 views. The little sleight of hand or the game that his fans, his people who buy his prints are looking for is, well, what will Koizumi's 100 views be? Because there is no set category for 100 views. What one chooses to put in that group of 100 varies with the artist, and that's where the real creativity, the touch of irony, the satire, the unexpected appears. And he begins the series in 28. It, as you say, goes to the just about 1940. It's my understanding that this was a subscription series, which was not uncommon, that you would sign up and say, in the period that this is going to be produced, dear publisher, I would like to get this set of what Mr. Koizumi produces. The capstone to this series is a printed annotation that the artist did of each print. He describes not fully what the print was, but some 2 or 3 sentence indication of, well, when I did this, I was thinking of, or when I did this other print, I was surprised by the popular reaction. This is very unusual to have any kind of an artistic annotation.
We did that in there. That's in there.
It's in the
our VC unit.
Right. So the key is that these kinds of series are episodic.
Yeah.
They're occasional, but they have a goal, and the publisher keeps moving toward that. His marketer.
So what do you think are the key Koizumi twists that he adds to this sort of if you have to think about overarching features, or that his subscribers would have appreciated as, oh yeah, this is Koizumi's view?
Number one, presence of the military. There are half a dozen prints within this series, at least, where you see rifle practice. You see the appearance of khaki, of the military uniform. He does not necessarily focus on the pretty. You see industrial things. And in addition, I would say that he chooses scenes, whether they're of temples or monuments of some kind, that are quite obscure until you research them and find out that they're referential to moments in Japanese history that involved insurrection and things of that nature. So scenes that on the surface look bucolic, but a layer or two down reference something quite different.